Yo, just a few thoughts while I'm looking back at my videos, and I've been reading a book recently, so I've had a few ideas sparked in my mind. And as Naval says, inspiration is perishable, so do not waste it, act immediately. And I'm following a motto right now, which is now, not how. I don't want to plan, I don't want to be a perfectionist with things I do, especially when I'm starting things. But I'm watching back my videos and it's sparking things in my mind. So, this is my mind right now. So I have a few things to say to you, Sean, to whoever's watching, if anyone's watching ever, or just to myself to refine my own behavior. But first off, what I'd like to say is with Chef Connects, with being an entrepreneur and doing your own thing and business, sure, you did well consistent in the gym and you were reading books and gaining wisdom in a lot of ways, but a lot of your time was spent procrastinating in an unrealized way. One of the worst things you can be, okay, one of the worst things that you can be is mindless. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but maybe it's not. And this is what your mind should do. If your mind is not contradicting itself and working things out for itself. So essentially, with every idea that you conceptualize in your mind, you have to have a battle with yourself and find the right balance, the right sweet spot that sits right for you. I can't read the texture of your mind. No one can. No one really cares to do what's best for you. You have to work it out for yourself. You hear a lot of contradicting advice. Go make money, go enjoy yourself, be rich, yeah, enjoy yourself while you're young. Oh, go work things out. Things that contradict each other. You have to understand that people don't really care about the contradicting advice that you get. They just care about the results. And neither should you. You shouldn't do it from an external validation perspective, but you should do it intrinsically, not caring about what X is saying or doing it for the validation of others, but intrinsically your own mind, you want to find a sweet spot between striving for more and being grateful for what you have, between embracing solitude and connecting with people. And there's a lot of different scenarios where things aren't black and white. And sure, a bit of imbalance might help you be successful in some areas. If you're imbalanced, you'll get ahead of someone that's balanced. And I'm not going to doubt that. That's why you see a lot of successful people in the world. They're very imbalanced and they have poor relationships, and then they might excel in this area. You look at Goggins. Yeah, mad. He's an absolute G and a baller. But where's his loving family and wife? You look at anyone that's successful, you only have a certain amount of time and hours in a day. Sure, you can optimize it, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be really good at something, that sort of means by extension that you're going to be pretty bad at something else. So maybe that's something for you to discover for yourself. I can't really make you do anything, and anyone that does is ill in the mind, because it should just be from you. But I just want to make you think for yourself and encourage you to decipher things in your own mind and interpret things in your own way. At the end of the day, your whole life and reality is up to your interpretation. You have you're born. You have some random interpretations of what happens to you, what's good, what's bad, and you die, right? And if you're spiritual anyway, you might believe some other things. But understanding that it's up to you is something that's very important. I admire a lot of the scene that's coming along with Goggins and Tate and all these people that express the importance for accountability within yourself, to understand that no one's coming to save you. It's on you. So you have to understand that. But also, never be a cynic. I know I'm spitting a lot of things here, but you want to be positive, grateful, encouraging, light-hearted. Don't take life so seriously. like a lot of hustle culture, head down, I'm going to sweat this out. Oh, I'm pissed off. I hate this. I hate my life. I just want to make money. Enjoy the process. Someone that's enjoying the journey and finds the work that they do fun, in the long run, will beat the person that's doing it for just pure grit. Even if the person that wins for pure grit, and I could be wrong, wins and beats that other person, so what? They haven't enjoyed the journey anyway, and they'll probably regret it. So always enjoy yourself. And if you're not going to enjoy being broke now, or being in a position where you don't want to be now, because I understand you might feel shame or guilt or unhappiness. I think that they're absolutely great emotions that we're blessed with by God, by whatever you believe. We are blessed with the negative emotions as feedback. The gift of feedback to go and motivate you to do something. You should feel shame if you're fat, if you skip your workout, if you go do something you know you shouldn't be doing. You should feel some unrest and some uneasiness. Should motivate you to never do it again. In saying that, you should approach everything with a positivity and being like, oh, I'm blessed and I'm going to understand this lesson of shame and use it to my benefit. One of my favorite words in the whole English dictionary, my favorite word is astute. If you're anything like me, 6 months ago, you wouldn't know what that is. But to be astute, and astuteness refers to your ability to accurately assess situations and use that to your advantage. That is probably the number one skill that I think I need to focus on in my life, and in anyone's life, in your life, should really pay close attention to. Accurately assess situations. So many people live unconsciously. They go to their 9 to 5, they wake up, they do this, they do that, they scroll on their phone. It's very, very unconscious behavior. Sure, maybe as a child you're very unconscious, and you could argue that's a pretty good life. And I would say you may be right. But it's dangerous. If you have the wrong shepherd, you may be led down the wrong path. And I understand that at the end of the day, we're all sheep. So engineer your environment. Make it easy for yourself. Surround yourself with sheep that you want to be like. With a shepherd that is taking you to the right place on land that you were grateful for. You're not going to enjoy yourself in 10 years when you've made it if you don't enjoy yourself now when you haven't made it. Enjoy yourself as a skinny guy or a fat donkey going to the gym. Enjoy yourself, being like, look at it in a positive light. Framing in your mind is so important. And that texture of your mind, how you frame it, is up to you. No one can really study that because it's in your own mind. I can't read that. Maybe Neuralink in 50 years will be able to do. But right now, it's on you. Understand that, take accountability. And, you can change the framing of your mind with your environment, the people you're around, but also sort of externally by forcing it. If you used to be someone that's very negative and you force your way to be positive, sure, for the first time you do it, it feels very unnatural. It's like, I'm just faking it. Go fake it 100 times. Fake your positivity 100 times. And on the 101st time, it's sort of like your mind conforms to your fakingness and your external fakingness. Your mind conforms and you become that. So a really effective way of changing the texture of your mind is doing it externally by faking it, and then fake it till you make it. I want to also say, in regards to business, just reflecting on, I'll tell you where I'm at now. I've been coming up to 4 months at Graphic Art Mart. I'm starting cold calling and all that. I want to say, I'll say this first and then I'll get into more business. You have to set your own standards and you have to believe in yourself so much that you don't settle. Be grateful of what you have, approach it with a positive frame of mind and use it to your advantage. Be astute in every way, but don't let other people drop you down to their level and settle and normalize mediocrity. Your standards should be greatness. You should demand nothing less than higher and higher. You know, it's the people that demand those positions again and again, even when they're not ready, that get somewhere. The people that accept the orders from above to settle and stay happy and content where you are, those are the people that get their 60 grand a year, that are the footballers that never made it, and the people that just live a very mediocre life. The people that don't settle and set standards so high that they don't stop, those are the people that keep on going. And it'll take times, it'll take setbacks, it'll take failures, but experimenting is one of the most important things. And this is what I want to get into in regards to where I'm at now in terms of business. Reflecting on my first few months at Graphic Art Mind in a 9 to 5, monotony can turn you into such a robot. Just a thoughtless robot doing task, day after day, following orders. And it's in that way, it stagnates growth and thought and consciousness and self-awareness and reflection and refinement and connection. Maybe it's the 9 to 5. Maybe it's because I'm 5 days there, 8 hours, 40 hours. Maybe it's too much work. Maybe if it was 30 hours, it'd be better, 20 hours. I don't know. But I do know, and I do believe that entrepreneurship is the best way to discover yourself, to push yourself, to seek discomfort, to beat up your own insecurities and to refine yourself as a person. It forces you, because if you don't, you won't get anywhere. Reflecting on Chef Connects and whatever else I've done, the rental arbitrage for a bit, detailing. Are you coping? And you may not even realize you're coping. It may just be a cognitive bias that you're like, no, this is what, trust me. I know what I'm doing. This is what I need to do first. I need a measure and I need a plan and I need to do this. And then we can do that. Your wisdom may just be off. You may think you're being wise, but you're not. And I think that's what's happened with Chef Connects and detailing and rental arbitrage. Time and time again, you've procrastinated the things maybe deep down you knew, maybe you didn't even know, and you were just biased in unrecognizing what you actually needed to do. But you optimize too much for future instead of just starting and experimenting and selling and doing the thing now. The best thing you did with Chef Connects was getting the chef Chloe to cook a meal, and you purchased it and paid her. That was the best thing you did. And that took you how long? I recognized this in making the cold calling scripts for Graphic Art Mind. I refined it so much before even making the first call that when I made the first call and then 10 calls, I went back to the script and I'm like, half of this crap was that I projected to happen, didn't even really happen. And I can just cut out this. I was taking advice on feedback that I projected. Half of that wasn't even what happened. So the best feedback is always through experimentation, especially with entrepreneurship. You may have heard the saying, measure twice, cut once. True with cutting a piece of wood, but with many things in life, and especially entrepreneurship, it's cut. Take the feedback and measure as you go. The feedback is the gift, and measure as you go. Iterate and change and refine what you have as you go. You will work it out. Trust yourself. Work hard, refine it, but don't let that stagnate your action in any way. Learn. Be open to learning always and apply yourself to that. For example, with Chef Connects. If you really want to give that a proper go, don't think about scaling to start, for example. Just literally find a chef and go, look, or Bippin from Graphic Armor, can you cook goat curry this Sunday? And I'm going to find you a customer for that. That's going to pay you.